And so what happened, you saw, it was about 45-55. Right now, it's 55-59 in favor of the gays. So the American people matured, and now we have this marriage problem. And I'm one of the outspoken senators that is saying, hey, I got no problem with marriage. Marriage is a commitment of two people in love, and if we need more in this country, we need more love. So now you're going to see that in 5 years from now, that will not be an issue, and the American people will have matured to that level. How does the public mature if we do not engage them? And I've repeated this over and over to gay people who, just as you said, raise this question. I got to tell you, my advice to gays: come out of the closet. Fight for your rights. Nothing is for nothing in this world, and you'll see it change. And so that's the only answer I can give you, is that you will see the change if you openly, and as you do, and to your credit. And I just wish that more people would do that.
Yeah.
Is be proud of what you are. There's nothing wrong with that.
God. Well, I mean, at the meta level, that is how change happens. But I mean, what I'm hearing from you, and I think it's consistent in all of the policies that you've talked about in this campaign and that you've put on the table with this campaign. It's all about accountability and a greater openness and directness in governance. And it's about bringing government closer to the people and getting rid of some of the layers that protect us from our government and protect our government from us. That's what I hear from you over and over again. And I want to ask you about the way that manifests in one really specific, even almost a little silly way.
Please.
And that is, on the political level, you at the CNN YouTube debate, your views online of people looking you up and wanting to watch replays of your answers and stuff completely dwarfed all of the other Democratic candidates. People are really, really responding to you online in terms of seeing you in these debates. Most of the Republicans, including the Republican frontrunners, do not want to do a YouTube format debate. I wondered if you had any insight into why they're resisting that, and if you had any advice for them.
Well, I think they're a bunch of dumb jerks.
Fair enough.
Okay? I mean, they're terrible. These are Neanderthals. They're a bunch of warmongering, flip-flopping people who live in a cocoon of hypocrisy. I mean, I can't wait to become the Democratic nominee. You watch what I do to them.
So number one, your first piece of advice is get out of my way.
Hey,
watch out.
That's right. You at your peril.
Do you think they ought to be afraid of that debate format? Do you think they're afraid of getting questions directly from people?
They're afraid of everything.
Yeah. I
mean, they're okay if they're pulling skullduggery, if they're pulling a bunch of dirty tricks. You know, that's their motives. This is the Karl Rove generation who's in power politically.
Senator Mike Gravel, I have one more question for you, and it's about another breaking news story today, which is that just since we've been on the air, we've learned that Alaska Republican Senator Ted Stevens is having his home raided by the FBI. It appears to be part of another investigation in Alaska that's already netted convictions of a whole bunch of Alaska state lawmakers. Do you feel like there's a difference between the parties, between Democrats and Republicans, on the issue of corruption, or do you think that they're Tweedledum and Tweedledee?
Well, there is a difference. But a major part of it is Tweedledum, Tweedledee. I mean, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And I would add my codicil: it corrupts absolutely everybody from St. Francis Assisi on down. And so you've got the Democratic corruption, you've got Republican corruption. It's the nature of representative government that puts power in the hands of these people, and they stay there forever. I'm very strong on term limits, and the reason I'm for term limits is real simple. You cannot leave power in the hands of people too long. Just take the judiciary. Here, we appoint to the Supreme Court of the United States a group of papists. That's who they are. They're all popes. They're there for life. and the corruption that they suffer is not with their hands out. The most serious corruption that we have in our system of governance is the intellectual corruption within their minds. the way they treat people. Our judicial system is horrible. There's no such a thing as justice. You got justice if you got money. No money, no justice. You mean to tell me that's what we buy into with our freedom and equality and all of that? But that's what we got.
Yeah.
And all federal judges are there for life. And I think a president should not be reelected. A president should be one term, 6 years. Senators, 12 years. Get out. And then House members, 3 4-year terms and out. And this way you'll see things turn over. And of course the most important thing of all, none of this is going to happen until the people are empowered with a national initiative to make laws. And I got to tell you, they'll put in term limits in a heartbeat.
Mike Gravel, thank you so much for talking with us. It's nice to have you on in a format where you get a chance to explain your policy ideas.
More than a minute.
More than a minute
or 30 seconds.
It's nice. Thank you. We're going to post a link to your campaign website so people can learn more about the national initiative, and good luck with your campaign, Senator. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.
Senator Mike Gravel, of course, presidential candidate, joining us here on the Rachel Maddow Show. It's 47 minutes past the hour right now. We'll be right back to discuss Senator Gravel's points here, to have Kent Jones back on the show. It's very exciting. It's the Rachel Maddow Show. We'll be right back.